bought here were smart. They took profits as soon as this hit the 100 moving average at around 24,200. That's basically where our resistance is, and that's exactly the right move they did. And now if they feel like they want to take that asset back, if they believe in this long term, they can re-pick it up at a discount and even have a bigger position. So that's the point about not always just buying and holding and praying. I like to trade. I like to buy and sell on a regular to always keep the allocation of the position of that asset that I want. As you can see, we are going to need to wait a day or two to see when this bleeding will stop. We haven't had a single day of green yet, so be patient. This is the weekend. Anything can happen. If you want, feel free to enter. This is a huge discount as it is. If it does come under here and you got a day or a 4-hour closes under this level, you should be very careful. This can make a new low. This can tank as it can go anywhere at once. It's at $20,000 right now. That's already super.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are looking at yearn.finance on a weekly time frame. And I just wanted to point out, if you have not seen our prior video on this, I would highly suggest it. I'm going to try to leave a little cue card and the YouTube video so you can click on it to see our last video. And I have the recap in the beginning of this video as well, a short one. But what I was saying is if we break below this last low, which we just did last week, we should look for a heavier selling action to the bottom side. But I want to just retract that and say the sell volume, even though it was high last week, we have to wait and see how the weekly closes this week. If we do start closing dailies and 4 hours under this level, which is 16,950, I would expect us to go into the lower consolidation and test the bottom side of this on a weekly level, which is around 11,500. And I know that's a big drop from here, but you can't rule out the possibilities because even if it finds support here, it will be a higher low than its previous back in November, December of 2020. So if it makes a low here and starts the retracement to the top side, it's very reasonable. And the point I'm trying to make is like it can come down here, consolidate sideways, find support before making a new low, and then go up. The point of the matter is even if it goes up, it has lots of levels of resistance to the top side. First level of resistance, if this week is a bullish week, is 22,600 to the upside. That's where the weekly 21 is. And then after that, we're going to be fighting this 55 EMA and the 236 fib retracement at 28,500 level. Going to the daily, we can see that we did break out of the Bollinger Band and we broke back in and we are closing inside, which is very healthy. We need the buy volume to continue so we can have a higher retracement to the top side. I would like to see us test into 18,300 and try to close above it so we can look for the top side level of 19,950, where the top of the Bollinger Band and the 55 EMA is on a 21 on a daily time frame. So aside from that, even if we get to this level, I expect us to have a little bit of a rejection. Maybe we find some support on the 21, and then we can break again and test to the 55, break that to the 100, find some support on the 55, and then we can test into the 200. Ideally, I would like to see that, but even if we test into the 200, we'll be coming into this level in a few days. It's still going to be a lower high. We have to break this level and start closing above 25,500 for the bottom to be officially put in and where we can start looking for higher retracements to the top side. I'm sure Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these other assets are kind of doing something similar where we're grinding out the bottom, trying to find the bottom and putting in the retracement to the top side. Hopefully this week it is that, but if we start losing, like I said, 4-hour dailies under 16,500, we're going to start seeing the pressure to the downside build and people will start accumulating short positions to force the price to go further to the downside. Another thing I wanted to point out was this consolidation had a measured move. And we are very close to testing it. And the measured move is a big drop all the way down to about $7,200 level. And that would be the breakdown target of this formation. If this happens, we should be looking for these lower areas to form around 7,500 and then the bottom 5,500. Hopefully we don't see those levels, but if it comes into those levels, you should be prepared. It's a great area to enter to take profit on the top side. If you're in a long right now, you should be considering taking a stop loss, or either, I mean, depending on where you started this position, you can either consider taking a stop loss a little bit lower. But if you entered in this area, the liquidity just got swept. So that's why I'm saying it's probable we go to the upside. And even if we go to the upside, we have levels of resistance, multiple layers. And if we break those levels, we can look for the higher levels saying, hey, the bottom's in. But if we do go to the upside and get rejected, these levels to the downside are still active, and we could revisit this later when the time comes. I'm going to the 4-hour now. On a 4-hour level, I just wanted to point out, yeah, we are in basically open air territory. We need to see the buyer step up. The volume of the buys just started. As long as we don't make 4-hour closes under 16,500, we should be looking for a retracement to the upside. We're already trying to claim the 21 EMA. I'm assuming the 55 EMA is next at 16,700. So, sorry, 17,700 is the 55 EMA. We can look for that area to get tapped, and then if we close above it, then we can look for the 100 and the 200 as targets. 100 being at 18,250 and the 200 being at 19,000. But until we break this 17,600 and close 4-hour candles above it, I'm not even looking at these higher targets. And I expect some resistance at this area because that 55 EMA and the top of the Bollinger Band are going to be a level of resistance at this point. And that's if we can close 4-hour candles above the 21 EMA at 17,000, we can start looking for these higher targets. So the pressure is on. We're fighting the 21 EMA. If we get pushed back down, we don't want to make a new low. If we come to the lower end, we don't want to break 16,350. Closing outside of this Bollinger Band will force us into lower levels, and then we can look for that deeper retracement to kick in. All right, guys, that's YFI finance for you guys, YFI. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below and I will get back to you ASAP. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell button for notifications so you guys get these real-time updates so you can use it to your advantage. And if other than that, have a great Monday. I know the pressure is on, but do not get discouraged. Plan your trade out and then just be patient for those targets to hit and then take action. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.